We make legal agreements pretty much every single day without even realizing it. I mean, think about it. From the place you live, to where you see a movie, to where you park your car, you're constantly entering into these arrangements that give you very, very different rights. So let's dive in because honestly, understanding the difference is a game changer.
Okay, so you rent a home. You're a tenant. You pay your rent. You get a key. Seems pretty simple, right?
Or how about this? You go to a movie, you buy your ticket, you get a seat for a couple of hours, another totally normal transaction.
And one more. You park your car. Maybe you hand your keys to a valet or you leave it in a garage. You just expect it'll be safe when you get back. But here's the kicker. Legally speaking, those three situations are worlds apart. One gives you powerful rights over property. Another is really just temporary permission. And the third is all about trusting someone with your personal belongings. So let's break down what's really going on behind the scenes. First up, let's talk about the heavyweight champion of property rights, the lease. The best way to think about it is this. When you have a lease, you have the keys to your own castle. And that's all because of one incredibly important legal idea, the power of exclusive possession. Okay, I know the formal legal definition sounds a little dense, but the magic words in there are exclusive occupation and interest in the land. See, a lease isn't just someone giving you permission to hang out somewhere. It's actually a transfer of a real, tangible stake in that property. And this is the single most important takeaway. Exclusive possession is the bright, shining line that separates everything. It's what makes your apartment lease completely different from, say, a concert ticket. One gives you control, the other just gives you entry. It's the difference between being the ruler of your own domain and just being a guest.
So what does exclusive possession actually mean for you in the real world? Well, it means you're in charge. You have the right to control who comes in and who stays out. You can legally exclude anyone. And get this, that even includes the landlord, except for really specific cases like an emergency or a prearranged inspection. They can't just waltz in whenever they feel like it. It's not just a roof over your head. It's your space, your domain.
Okay, so if a lease is your castle, what's the next step down? That would be the license. And you can think of this one as more of a guest pass. This is all about permission, not possession.
A license is really simple when you get down to it. It's just permission to do something on someone else's property that would otherwise get you in trouble for trespassing. And the key here is it grants you absolutely zero interest in the land itself.
So let's put them side by side. It makes it super clear. A lease gives you possession. A license only gives you permission. A lease creates a real interest in the land. A license, nothing. And this means your rights under a lease are strong and secure, while a license, well, it can often be taken away. You can be asked to leave the movie theater, but your landlord can't just kick you out of your apartment on a whim. Big difference.
And believe me, you use licenses all the time. That ticket to the ball game, that's a license. The reason you can just walk into a store without getting arrested, that's an implied license to shop. Even staying in a hotel room is usually a license, not a lease, because you don't have exclusive possession. I mean, the hotel staff can come in to clean your room, right? All right, so far, we've only been talking about rights related to land and spaces. But what about your personal belongings? What happens when you hand over your stuff to someone else? Well, that's where our third concept comes in, bailment, or as I like to call it, a trusted handoff.
I mean, think about how often you do this. You're constantly giving your things to other people, whether it's for safekeeping or for some kind of service. You're giving them temporary possession of your goods. This isn't a lease, and it's not really a license either. It's a whole other category.
And that category is called a bailment. When you, the bailer, hand over your goods to someone else, the bailee, you're creating this very specific legal relationship. You're transferring possession, but crucially, not ownership. They're just holding on to it for you.
And just like licenses, you do this all the time. Handing your car keys to a valet? That's a textbook bailment. Dropping off your favorite suit at the dry cleaners? That's a bailment. Checking your coat at a restaurant before dinner? You guessed it, that's a bailment too. You are trusting them to take care of your property.
And that trust isn't just a social courtesy, it's a legal obligation. As our source material puts it, the person you hand your property to, the bailee, has to be more conscientious. This duty of care is the heart of a bailment. It means the valet, the dry cleaner, the coach check attendant, they all have a legal responsibility to look after your things. And this is a huge difference from a license. Think about it. If you leave your bag on the floor of a movie theater, the theater owner doesn't really have a special duty to protect it. But if you check that same bag with an attendant, they absolutely do. It's why if the dry cleaner ruins your suit, you have a legal claim against them. They had a duty of care. So why do these distinctions, lease, license, bailment, actually matter in the real world? Because they literally define your rights in countless everyday situations. Knowing which is which tells you what you can expect, and more importantly, what you can demand.
Let's just boil it all down to its absolute essence. A lease gives you the power of possession to protect your home. A bailment creates a duty of care to protect your property. And a license, well, a license is just simple permission to be somewhere or do something.
So, just to recap one last time, let's look at it all in one place. A lease is an interest in land. Its key feature is exclusive possession, and your apartment is the perfect example. A license is just permission to use a space. It's revocable, with no possession, just like a movie ticket. And a bailment is about possession of your goods. Its key feature is that duty of care, like a coat check. 3 totally distinct concepts for 3 very different parts of your life.
So the next time you park your car or rent an apartment or even just check your coat, ask yourself this: am I getting the keys to a castle, a temporary guest pass, or am I making a trusted handoff? Knowing the answer actually empowers you. It tells you exactly where you stand, and that is knowledge worth having.